Hello everybody, we are starting out our stream end with two very quick fire streaks going on here. Wowie with 3 on the bounce, well, perfect timing to get ready, of course. And DBL who says, guys, I think I might have a problem with watching 130 streams on the bounce. The only problem is, I don't think you can be any more awesome than you are, so that's the only problem I see. Thank you so much for your kindness, and welcome on into the show in YouTube land as well, as we get continuing our Trials and Tribulations playthrough here in the Ace Attorney trilogy, part of my Ace Attorney chronology series. We are in midst of 3-5 Bridge to the Turnabout, and it is a wonderful, excellent case so far, and I'm hoping for more great and exciting times to come. Hello, Eback, you're just in time. Get yourself comfortable and get ready to hopefully enjoy what you see here. If you're in YouTube land and you like what you see, don't forget to click that like button and click the thing to post a comment down below as well. And feel free to go further with your love and support to see more of this come your way in the future. If you want to, please consider subscribing. Please consider hitting the bell wherever that may be right now to get notified when we do future uploads. And with all that said, where we leave off, we are in control of somebody who you would not expect to be on the prosecutor's bench, on the defense bench, should I say. We have Edgeworth on the bench after he had to take over investigating this rather sinister feeling homicide case from a temple area. We gotta work out what the truth is, and we are in the midst of that currently. So shall we get into it? If I get into it, I will remember where we were, what we were doing. I guess we have, what's her name? Bikini. Bikini is here, testifying about what I forget, but I think by now we've gotten her on a couple of inconsistencies to do with, I think this was involved in one of the inconsistencies in testimony, and what else did we have? We managed to corroborate that, Bikini's version of events for how the murder went down couldn't be true, since, we have an autopsy report that also says, superficial body wounds, bruising happened after the primo fatal injury, which was apparently a stab from a sword, but other than, I don't know, that feels like I don't know if I can be a stab from a sword, how it looks there. That's one of the things I'm hanging up with right now. And that's, I think, where we're up to. If I get back into it, and reading this, I will get back into remembering what the heck we're doing. So shall we go? If I can remember what my bikini voice is like. How is my bikini voice right now? I think it's something like this. And when I looked across the sea, the sword was already in place. Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Mystic Elise. I've never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you? And when I awoke, Mystic Army was stabbing Mystic Elise through the back. Which is a heck of a way to go out. How does a statue do that? Oh yes, and it's not our usual judge. It is Canadian judge who is on the stand right now. There is a reason for that. This all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory. Von Karma strive for nothing but perfection. Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Miles Edgeworth. Yeah, so it's not you expect on the defense's bench this time. So Stella be like, there's a very good reason for this. Phoenix fell off a bridge. That's essentially all I need to know. He's fine, he will recover, but he did fall off a bridge, and he's kind of out of the count for now. So, yeah, Edgeworth is like, okay, I'll come back from my LARPing about in Europe, and I will come back and I will do this thing for you. Perfection is an impossibility, Francisca von Karma. And I'm here to teach you just that. I'll teach you that I'm the only one who could be perfect here. The perfect attorney. Yes, I'm doing it in Japanese script as well. Yeah, like that. But just, like it. Right! You know what I do when I get around to this. I like to press every single little bit of testimony if I am allowed to, because I like to voice act. Let's go. Hold it! At that time, was the victim bleeding? Well, I was very shocked to be seeing all this, of course. So I'm not entirely sure. But I don't think I saw any blood. Not then. I'm sure that you didn't. The weapon was acting as a plug in the wound. In any case, let's be clear on one very important point. Did you actually see the instant in which the victim was stabbed? And her answer is, she didn't actually see it. Right, this will be where we can be like, well, can you elaborate on that, please? What did you see? Hold it! Think carefully. This is very important. Oh, it's Iris we're talking about here. I'm thinking for all I'm worth. No, when I looked over, the sword was already in Mr. Galuse's body. If Judge goes anymore, he will take off and become a rocket. It might not be conclusive, but this testimony supports her theory. The victim was stabbed in her room and then dropped into the courtyard. I think this proves it rather well, Miles Edgeworth. He proves it very well, she says, and says, you've never seen so much blood. Not so much red vino on tap. Hold it! So you're saying that you saw the victim's blood? That's right! Some of it is splattered onto Iris, too! When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room. And her blood-flecked clothing was neatly folded onto the corner. What? Her clothes were blood-flecked as well? That seems quite conclusive to me. So, what shall I do? Press this point further? Someone says to me if I've always maintained if I'm not being done in for it, I think it's worth adding some more. Going back to your previous statement, you said that you saw little bleeding when the victim was stabbed. But now you say you saw the victim bleeding? Well, I say what I saw was what I saw. Oh, what did you see? Maybe I didn't see the poor woman getting stabbed, but I saw the girl pull the sword out of her plain as day. Pulling the sword out? Well, it wasn't exactly pulling. It is more like it came out. Witness, you will add this statement to your testimony. Oh, was that important? More important than you can imagine. We will get you on that. Hello! Got around to finally doing Ace 26 Alolan. Congratulations! Gen 1 of my favorite franchises of all time. I am sure I will feel the same way when I'm finishing this one, because it is so much fun now, and I hope it will continue to be when we do the rest of the games. Anyway. I saw the instance in which the blade plunged into the hilt was smoothly drawn out. I don't see how you smoothly pull out this kind of a weapon with the kind of intricate design that it has, particularly for how it is presented in the scene here. I don't know how you... I don't think you can remove this kind of a weapon from that kind of a wound neatly, I think, for all things considered. But let's give you some room to talk, because I like to talk as well. Hold it! Smoothly, you say? You're saying you saw the sword smoothly slide out? That's right! The whole thing happened right next to the goat statue in Misigami. Mr. Galise was on the ground, and Iris was stooped over her. The sword was buried up to the hilt. When Iris stood up, the sword in her hand just slid out of Mr. Galise's body. It slid out from that gaping wound. It goes without saying that if the sword was removed, there would be bleeding. Nothing out of place here. But is that really the case? I can't help but feel that something about this testimony is very out of place. that something which couldn't possibly have happened appears to have happened. Yeah, a clean withdrawal of a sword such as the one that the Shichishito is. I don't think it's gonna leave that clean of a removal mark, if you know what I mean. But let's keep going. Hold it! Was the bleeding caused by the killer removing the sword? No, mistaking it! I remember it all clear as day! Don't you think that's a bit odd? What do you mean, Miles Edgeworth? Why would the killer pull out the sword? What? If all she wanted to do was place the weapon in the hand of the goat statue, then there was no reason for her to remove it from the body. All that would have accomplished is causing the victim to bleed unnecessarily. Your thoughts, Miss Von Karma? That's... Indeed, it is strange, now that you mention it. I'm going to need to find an answer to this mystery too. Anyway, the witness saw something terrible! So what did you do after that, witness? And that's when she went... She went like that. Hold it! Now, on to what the killer did next. You saw none of it, correct? Well, I was unconscious. How long were you out for? I don't know. 10, maybe 20 minutes? A young man with a very prickly looking head woke me up. By stepping on me, actually. I'm not sure I like that method of resuscitation. Well, I wasn't asking for mouth to mouth or anything of the sort. I wouldn't say no to it, though. But I would have welcomed a more gentle awakening right about then, let me tell you. I shall have words with the offender personally. What details did you see upon awakening? Oh, Phoenix is in for it when he gets out of hospital. Are you okay, Phoenix? Are you okay, right? Nothing hurts now? Yeah, I'm fine, Edgeworth, thanks. Good. I'm going to hit you now for stepping on an old lady. Wait, what? Ow! Edgeworth! That's how it will go. After witnessing that. I know, right? When you awoke, you saw Army stabbing... Statue, Army, stabbing, Elise. How do you make that work? Hold it! By Mystic Army, you were referring to the golden statue, correct? Just stabbing someone with the Shichishito, a sacred treasure, is terrible in half. But to then make Mystic Army hold the blade! Truly a heinous, despicable crime! It is easy to despise something. Anyone can do it. However, there is something that cannot be done so easily. Whatever it is, I'm sure it's doubly hard for you. Anyway, what is the problem? Exactly why would the killer set up this gruesome scene? Can anyone explain the reasoning behind that? No, I don't think I can. There isn't always a logical reason behind why someone acts. That's true, so true. In early spring, for example, I often find myself... There isn't always... That phrase might come in handy someday. There are too many unnatural elements in this case. Why was it necessary to use the Shichishito from the army statue as a weapon? Why was the weapon ultimately placed back in the hand of the statue? If I can expose the flaws in this testimony, perhaps then I will begin to find the truth. You will begin to find out what's going on here. Let's do the saving since we won't grab anything else out of this. But we can return to this point if we should get the wrong answer. Thinking about it now. I saw the instant which the blade plunged into the hilt was smoothly drawn out. Again, how do you smoothly draw out a weapon that is designed in such a way? If it didn't have all of the thorny, flamey looking bits on the side, then yes, I could see that happening, but I don't see that being smoothly drawn out of any kind of wound here, let me be honest here. As Yeti reaches a 55 streak in the stream watching. 55! Neat. It is neat that you keep your streak going. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, I think the bad thing is that it's the sword itself that's the issue. I don't see how you pull the sword out cleanly as is seen there. I think there might be some trickery at play, particularly for that. But let's try the sword in here and prove that how do you pull something like designed like this out cleanly from a wound, i.e. I don't think you can. Objection! Sister Bikini, you are a reliable witness. At least I'd like to think so. But there are too many contradictions here. What do you mean? You make it sound as though I'm a liar! But you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. What contradictions are you talking about? In the scene that witness claims to have seen, the weapon was thrust upon its hilt into the victim. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. However, both of these are complete impossibilities. What do you mean? Please explain you. Ah! Explain yourself! Well, to start with, don't you think it would be possible to stab someone with a hilt with this? No matter how I look at the defendant, she doesn't appear strong enough for that. Objection! Doesn't appear? What meaning does dribble? I too may appear to be weak and frail, but I can crush men under my heel and make them weep, should I so choose. The objection stands. I wept a little back there, I must admit. Objection! That isn't the only issue here. If this sword was truly stabbed into the body up to the hilt, well, just look at all the branches on it. It certainly wouldn't come out smoothly. That's... And we also have the problem of the amount of bleeding. It's true that when a blade is left in the body, it acts as a plug of sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. The wound would be too large for the blade to completely stop the bleeding. Objection! That's nothing more than conjecture! In reality, the victim was stabbed with a shichishito. Even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly and may still sometimes stop the blood loss. Objection! I'm not finished. There's still one more conclusive contradiction. You still got more? This one is simple. If this sword really was thrust in all the way to the hilt, why is there only blood on the tip of it? Ah! If this witness is telling the truth, then there should be blood along the entire length of the sword. No! This is a heck of an objection fest right now. In particular between these two, yes it will be. I'm gonna pretend that the judge didn't even get to start saying order, and then Franziska whips him into shape. So as he's just about to say it, he goes, oh! Huh! Bravo, Miles Edgeworth! Facing this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence! All the other attorneys I know could maybe manage one, if that! But what does this all mean? You have proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but having come this far, there can only be one answer. And that is... The weapon used to kill the victim was not the Shichishito. Whoa, what? A foolish idea, born from the foolish mind of a foolhardy foolish fool! Let's examine this again. What was it that made us think that the sword was the murder weapon? Also, let me get you a thesaurus at some point, Franziska, but I think you might, like to, have one of those. Well... It's because Mystic Army was holding it. Exactly. However, if you reflect on this, that is the only basis we have to assume such a thing. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. That is what influenced us. It influenced us to believe that the Shichishito was the murder weapon. Order! 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 Oh, So maybe the Shichishito was not the murder weapon. Even if that is the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. The sister here saw everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim with a sword-like object. I'll turn into a motorbike soon. That's true. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? If that is so, I would like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises. The obvious question? Yes, namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to? It goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us as to if a sword-like object was found. That's... Answer the question, Miss Von Karma! No evidence of that kind was found! You're getting the gist turning into a motorbike even more now. Another mystery to throw onto the pile. A trial without a murder weapon is a tricky beast. Excuse me, could I say something? I just remembered something, actually. What is it, sister? I was just thinking. It's possible that just maybe what actually happened was, it was just over there. What exactly are you going on about here? The murder weapon, I mean! Maybe. I think I might know where the sword was disposed of. You what? Huh? Well then. I think we need to hear testimony from you one more time, sister. Impossible! What else could this old woman have seen? Well, let the old woman speak, and then maybe you'll find out, Edgeworth. Wait your goddamn turn. Come on, I thought you were a gentleman. The location of the weapon. I saw the murder at around 11 p.m. And after that, asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate. And then, I saw tracks. Tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back when I was knocked out. Iris could have done that. She could drive a snowmobile after all. Oh ho ho ho. Judge is turning into a snowmobile himself, eh? Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time. Well, I'm not in the best of shape. What with my back and my age, you know. Quite. There were indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Here is a photograph. Thank you for the photograph. That I think immediately claims everything for me here. Excuse you. You took the snowmobile there and back, unless you can very accurately trace over the tracks laid by the snowmobile there and back with 100% precision. I think that snowmobile only took one trick, if I think so, eh? A snowmobile, eh? I see. Well, it certainly is an interesting theory. And hello to Deadwood, and hello... Oh, I already said hi to you, it's fine. The patterns in this series just make me feel angry. Like, you feel like you... I felt it 1 or 2 times, yeah. You think you're there, and you get there so far ahead of the game, but you gotta wait for the game's characters to go through all the loops and whatnot first, before you then reach it to the answer here. I feel you on that one. How is Deadwood doing? I do hope very, very good. The tracks begin in front of Hatsukura Temple and run all the way to Dusky Bridge. Yeah, but only one way, I'm gonna say. Thank you very much. Tracks photo taken that night from the main gate to the Dusky Bridge in the court record, yes. That solves your pesky little problem, yes? The Eagle River current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in winter, making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon. But did she really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon? Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please. I will do so. I know the answer already to this one, but I will do so anyway. You have a headache, but otherwise okay. Alright, if you need to take a break every now and then and make sure you're hydrating, keeping that headache under wraps, then make sure you do that, yeah? But otherwise, come along with me for the ride. Look, even though I know the answer already, I just like doing pressing because I like to voice, so we'll go. Hold it! You are sure about the time?
Yes, I was worried about it after all.
And why was that?
Because I have a strong sense of responsibility, especially at this time of year. The acolyte was being doused in freezing water at the time. I couldn't very well take it easy in the bath all night now, could I? So, at 11, I decided to leave Hazakura Temple.
Her estimation of the time seems reliable, at least.
Please continue, sister.
After asking you report it, you went to the main gate, yeah? Hold it! That how you account for A, B, and C, but the game goes... But what about 11? I'll prove it even though we never prove anything for our assumptions. I mean, yeah. You asked Phoenix Wright to report the crime, correct?
Right, the one who trampled me.
It seems she is the type to hold a grudge.
There isn't a phone in the main hall, so I sent him to the bridge. Phoenix Wright. He didn't even have his cell phone on him.
He has forgotten it at home, apparently.
It's a naive boy, as always. Not only do I always carry my phone, but I always have my whip in hand, too. Anyway, I was really scared. It was taking him a while to get back. So I thought I'd go out to the main gate for a spell.
And there you saw tracks, but only one set. How to explain this? We'll get to that soon, I imagine. Hold it! As I recall, there was a snowmobile outside the main gate when I visited.
That's it! That's the only one we have! It'll run no matter how much snow falls!
Now, you're certain the snowmobile was there at the main gate when you arrived?
Yes, of course! It was parked in front of the gate! So she had already gone, discarded the murder weapon, and returned by that time!
I'm not sure if this is really relevant. What should I do? I don't think there's any harm in pressing it because, again, nothing will penalize me for it. It just means more flavors. I need answers to every possible doubt. I must look into every single answer's nook and cranny so I can erase every possible doubt. The snowmobile in question. Was it still warm at that time?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean, eh?
What do you mean, Miles Edgeworth?
I'm playing to a slow crowd here. Well, it goes without saying that using a snowmobile will heat its engine. If it was still warm, then it means it was recently used.
Oh, I see. I'd never thought of that.
That's right, I overlooked that too.
Of course you did.
Then answer the question, please, witness.
Oh, I don't often go around touching hot engines. However, now that you mention it, there wasn't any snow on it.
Snow?
Yes, for some reason. Only the snowmobile wasn't covered in snow.
There wasn't any snow on it. Curses! It seems highly likely that the killer did use the snowmobile then, eh?
How long does it take to get to Dusky Bridge by snowmobile?
Less than 5 using a snowmobile. Hold it! In that case, why don't you use it yourself? You could have spared yourself some walking.
There's a reason for that. Have you got a moment for me to explain?
I think that's why the question was asked in the first place.
It was about a month ago. I was driving my beloved little snowmobile, happy as can be. I'd fetched some water and was heading back when I went and crashed into a tree. The tree and my back went crunch. Just like that. Crunch.
Crunch.
I have been able to find the courage to write anything since then. Anyway, the killer must have used it.
That was essentially just a chance for her to tell a sob story. I mean, fair enough. Crunch. Indeed, they go crunch. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back. Yeah, maybe, or... Again. She can drive a snowmobile after all. Definitely a thing to take umbrage with is the fact that came back. But the footsteps say they went out. And the tracks came in to put it back there. So I don't know how you can do both ways when there's only one set of tracks, Doi. But we will ping that soon. But for first, I like to press. Hold it! Refresh our memory. How long were you locked out for?
Like I said, somewhere between 10 to 20 minutes. It's possible to get to the bridge and back in 10 minutes using the snowmobile.
I have to concede that is more than enough time.
Is that all you wish to concede, Miles Edgeworth?
I'm trying to make Edgeworth sound a little bit like one of the Minecraft villagers. She could have done that, she could have done snowmobile. This is going to be completely irrelevant, but it's the last piece, so, cross-examine, so I guess we'll do it. Hold it! While it would have been possible, time-wise, one element remains out of place here. Oh? And what would this missing element be? The killer's reasoning, Your Honor. Why did the killer do all of this? Why go out to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon when there are other methods? Too many unanswered questions. Your response, Miss Von Karma? Ah!
Turning to me to help over the slightest thing. Why don't you think for yourself once in a while, Your Honor?
What? Well, she's as over the top as always.
Anyway, whatever the reason, the fact remains that the defendant could have done this. The murder weapon was disposed of in the river. Another point to me, Miles Edgeworth.
Another mystery to feed the fire. Was there any reason to go and throw away the murder weapon? Luckily, there is surely a problem with this testimony. Now all I have to do is start poking holes in this flawed account. And I reckon after I do my confidence save, I can do this pretty easily. Or I can go to, I think, number 5 statement, and maybe they threw the weapon to Eagle River, then came back while you were knocked out. So she took the snowmobile out firstly. The snowmobile had been used, yeah. And then came back. But used from the gate first, or maybe the snowmobile was set somewhere else first. Because I'm thinking, Nani? I'm also thinking, how do you go there and back unless you trace over the tracks and marks left by your snowmobile 100% to the letter? To the line without any strays. Would be pretty gnarly to try and do that, but I'd say that's a practical impossibility. And so, since there's only one set of tracks that leads the snowmobile back to the temple, yeah, she decided to go all the way there and back both ways in the snowmobile, but there's also a set of tracks left by foot. That says to us that, yeah, the snowmobile was already out there and then was taken back for a reason. Yeah, I think it's that. Objection! As BFT goes for a shower and says, just as about to be served in a silver platter. Well, this objection's going to be served in a silver platter now, so let's go. I admit this photograph proves something. It proves that the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder.
Ah, you finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, Miles Edgeworth.
However, if what the witness says is true, then why is there only one set of tracks?
What do you mean?
Iris left Hazakura Temple, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned. If this was the case, then naturally there should be two sets of tracks in the snow. Those from heading out to the bridge, and those from coming back.
Ah, you're right! You are forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth. On the night of the murder, it was snowing. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. This removes your precious contradiction now, doesn't it?
I see. While she was at the river, the snow stopped, leaving just the return tracks in the snow.
Ha! What do you have to say now, Miles Edgeworth?
If she went out to see the snowmobile at 11 PM, snow finished at 10:50. If this is going where I think it's going, I know what to contradict it with. Is there a flaw in her testimony? Or in her theory, I should say. She's not testifying, she's only spouting theories. This idea that the snowfall covered one set of tracks? She saw the snowmobile in its final spot at 11 PM. Snowfall says it stopped at 10:50, and it takes 5 minutes to complete a journey one way between the temple area and the bridge to the river. That 10 minutes easily accounts for that. So yeah, there's a contradiction. I say nuts to that. The tracks to the river were covered by snow. Ha! What a nice theory. However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible.
Would you care to explain why there is a rude index finger currently pointed in my general direction?
I will explain it all to the outstretched hand, outstretched very rudely in front of me. No need, the evidence will do all the talking for me. On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge in order to dispose of the murder weapon. The outgoing tracks were erased by snow. Or so claims Miss Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth, present your evidence to the contrary, eh? Evidence that the outgoing tracks were not covered by snow. There was plenty of time for 10 minutes for the snow to not happen, and thus not cover one set of tracks already made, so, weather data. Take that! Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime.
Well, like I said, it was around 11.
Of course. This means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. It is the weather report for Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder. The weather report? Snow started to fall at 7 PM, but it stopped at around 10:50. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 PM, the snow had already stopped falling. It is impossible for any tracks made after that time to have been covered up.
Ah!
Order! Order! Oh, very well then. It looks like Miss Von Karma's claim has been, snowed in. Ah!
It is too soon to be close to this trial due to snow. It is never a snow day for this court. Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all things. answer me this then. When is the weather report ever correct?
Ah, no, you've got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast, this is actual data. Yeah!
Forecast data. All weather reports have some inaccuracies. It may have still been snowing in the vicinity well past 11 p.m.
It's true. We cannot be totally sure, eh? Oh, what?
But how did she pull that off?
Because she's a prosecutor and gets fair treatment. Also, fair ladies get fair treatment. Fairer treatment, shall I say? Lovely hydration. Need a lot of that today, God. Also, hello to NHL fan. Good to see ya. It had stopped snowing at Hazakura Temple when the murder took place. You need to provide conclusive evidence of this.
I've come so this far.
There's no turning back now. Very well. I'm very confident about what I'm about to do here, so let me say first. I too cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony.
Huh! You can't back down, can you? Huh! Such a perfectionist, Miles Edgeworth.
Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. Where is your evidence that it had already stopped snowing when the victim was killed? The evidence that it had already stopped snowing... We've already used this. I don't think we could prove that there. Oh, murder and disposal of body was supposedly at 11 p.m. when snow stopped. If it was to have continued snowing, there'd be some probably left over the corpse. So unless that was tampered with and brushed off, there should be some fresh snowfall on the cadaver here, but yeah, there's none. So it didn't snow after the time, at least at the time that the murder took place. It did not snow. Shackhand mate, I say. Take that! Ultimately, it all comes down to one point. That being, whether or not it was snowing in that courtyard when the victim was stabbed.
That's right! But proving that is...
incredibly easy.
Huh?
If we want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I'm referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered with snow, with just one exception.
And that is...
the victim herself, Miss Elise Donim. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It had stopped snowing when she was killed, that's why! In other words, if the killer really did go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, then in this photograph, there should be two sets of tracks.
Ah!
Order! Order! Just what are ya?
Just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth?
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure myself, but this is simply what all of the facts point to. That night, someone used a snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple. From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing.
Of course it was, because those tracks were erased by the snow.
Then, when this person returned to Hazakura Temple, the snow had stopped. Thus, the return tracks remained. Ah, excuse me.
Oh, can I say something? This all sounds a bit fishy to me. What is sister? There is only one key for the snowmobile. Furthermore, on the night in question, we know that the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder. Which can only mean that night, Iris used the snowmobile to go to the inner temple.
But Iris said that she never went there. I should probably press on this point some more when I get the chance.
The snowmobile can't cross a suspension bridge, so she must have left it on the Hazakura side of the bridge and crossed on foot.
That sounds right.
But what's odd is, when I left Iris and returned to Hazakura Temple, I didn't see anything near Dusky Bridge. Oh, you must have just failed to see it, sister. Maybe. But then I made it back to Hazakura Temple. It was there, by the main gate. The snowmobile, I mean. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow, too.
But that is impossible! Oh, who would be the idiot that did that, I wonder? Order! Order in the court! What does this all mean? So then what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. If it had been, then the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, there should be 2 sets of tracks in this photo. All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone used the snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple.
I never thought a simple snowmobile could cause so much trouble.
I think we've learned all we can from this witness.
Yes. I've nothing more to add. I've told you everything. Everything that I know.
But then, that still leaves us with the same problem. If only there was someone, a witness who could testify to having seen the snowmobile.
A witness, huh?
Was there no one out, walking perhaps near Dusky Bridge on that night?
I don't think that's likely. It was cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go wandering in that. Unless they had something really important to do.
That's a shame.
Hold on. Something is coming to me. They said the word idiot. I feel a sense in me tingling. An idiot may well have gone wandering out in that subarctic night.
Your Honor! We will reveal who this idiot is when we come back from an intermission, because we are getting very close to having to need to do that. Oh no. I need to add that to, like, some better TTV or something, or Francafe FFC. But yes, oh no. This idiot do be like, oh no. And they're talking about them. We will find out who them is when we come back from our first break of the stream. We do hourly ad breaks, typically every hour, as I say, so we can get rid of ad plays. Make sure you don't miss anything of the stream that we're doing today. There will be no breaks in the YouTube highlight. If you want to come back to us, continue watching, you're free to do that. But this is a good time to pause the video if you need to go and do some self-care very quickly and then come back to us later. Please feel free to do that. But yeah, who is this idiot? Find out after we come back from this short break. See you in a few. Hello and welcome back. Now, where should we find an idiot in an Ace Attorney game that we know has already done some pretty stupid things in this case so far? Well, let's get you the answer to that, but before we do, hi, it is welcome back time. It is nice to have you back in the video, wherever and whenever you're enjoying it. particularly in our YouTube land highlight that we make after the fact. If you're liking it in YouTube land, don't forget to let me know with a like and a comment. And if you want to go further with your love and support for the channel to see some more coming your way in the future, make sure to click the subscribe button and click the bell, wherever that may be, to get those notifications, hopefully. Much appreciated if you do, it helps us out a ton. So, let's do it. Your Honor! Actually, there just might be one individual who may be of help to us. Really?
There was someone who might have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder.
I don't know for sure if he saw it or not, but there are two things about him that do come to mind. Which are, first, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder.
And the second being?
This individual that I am thinking of went wandering outside on that cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot. Mr. Edgeworth, who is this idiot you're talking about?
Our favorite guy, Larice. Let's get him in here.
Take that! This guy must be a product of Jean-Luc Deladuc's Guide to Obnoxious French Painting. This is Larry Butts, a disciple of the victim, Elise Donim. Her student? Interesting. And why was he wandering about the outside on the night of the murder? That's... I could tell them all about his designs for Iris, but it may cost us his credibility as a witness, before I even call him. He is, after all, an artist. He was, perhaps, searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him. Although I cannot guarantee that this is the reason.
And so, this unfortunate, unreliable-looking man, what exactly was it that he saw?
I intend to extract that from him right here in this courtroom. Summon this youth as a witness immediately!
I have no choice, do I?
I believe he's in the gallery. He is in the gallery for this trial. It won't take long to summon him. Very well. Larry, you may have escaped me yesterday, but today I'm going to get everything out of you. The court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break. Miss Von Karma, please see to preparing the next witness.
Understood, Your Honor.
Good. Well then, court is now in recess.
He is our kind of idiots. And we'll see to getting what we need out of him. It did say to be continued. Right the heck now! February the 9th, 11:15 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 1.
Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not really sure what to say.
Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are two things which I need to ask you before we reconvene.
Alright. I'll help you any way I can.
First, about that night. You really didn't go to the Inner Temple, correct? The last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying.
Mr. Edgeworth, it is just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple.
Very well. The second thing, then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile?
There is only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me.
So it was you. But why? What made you go out to Dusky Bridge?
I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth.
Ow! Oh, I forgot that that can happen to me while I'm holding this thing. God darn it. Iris.
I can't tell you about that yet.
Yet?
Not until her safety is confirmed.
Her?
The safety of the Acolyte.
The Acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya. Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Donim?
No matter who or what may come, I could never take a life.
As I thought, no psycho locks. Very well. It is my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. You will find out which one is more powerful soon enough. February 9th, 11:36 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 7. Courtroom number 7. I'm so sorry. Court will now reconvene. Miss Von Karma, where is the witness?
During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery.
Suspicious behavior?
He was sketching something, very intensely.
Dare I ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained?
He drew a terrifying woman, eyes with a demonic face and a vicious whip.
I can only assume that his intention was to capture you. Ow!
Anyway, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse of an artist before the courts. Huh. Larister Nim, I hope you're ready. Get in here!
It would seem that whip is going to see plenty more use today.
No! Your sketch is in contempt of this court!
Hey! That was just artistically red. Ow!
You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to handle your subpoena, correct?
Look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist training out in the mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use the technical term for the color, viridian. Larry, this isn't an art store now, is it? I know! I graduated junior high, okay? Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it? Working in the fields? I presume he wanted to say field work, I hope. That's it! Thanks, buddy. It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence. I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. So see, I got nothing to do with this trial at all. I expect all of your faces to be red when you realize this mistake. Bright red. Or to use a technical term, Crimson Lake.
Stop your pathetic babbling and testify like a man!
Oh, refrain from whipping me, Miss Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Witness, that was all your fault. Testify now. This is all too much for me. Ow. Don't tell you what I saw. I feel like you got me in the eye. Maybe I can't see anything anymore. I was at the lodge out in the mountains, looking up at the stars at night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Aren't I itchy? Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony. I'm just a nobody. Nobody but a small, worthless man, aren't I? Larry, your words, not mine. And why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation or anything else? Quack.
For some reason, the timing of that sound alert was pretty neat. Almost in time when seeing the judge just go do his Elkin headlights wide-eyed stare here. That was pretty well timed. Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he has been to other people. Yeah, that's right! I'm behind everything! Every case! Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you eternally unhappy! Oh well then, let's proceed with a cross-examination. With no touching, thank you. We can delve into other details at a later time. We can delve into how you became such a weedy little man later, but for now, let's go. Also, where the heck did you get that garish pink artist apron from? As I said, garish. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Hold it! Whatever is the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? This one single statement is so full of contradictions. For a moment there, I thought I was going to collapse.
So, witness? Any idea as to where these contradictions in your testimony lie? Depending on your answer, I may stay my whip.
Okay, give me a minute. Well, it wasn't snowing that night, so I couldn't possibly... It was snowing that night, actually, so I couldn't possibly have seen the stars. And that rundown shack is hardly a lodge, is it? And even if the stars could be seen, it isn't like it was there to look at them, right?
See? You can do it if you try. There's only one issue here. What you saw at Dusky Bridge.
You did go to the bridge a number of times, Rilla. Hold it! A number of times? How many? Maybe 5 times. I went once every 20 minutes. Which means you spent almost 2 hours at Heavenly Hall that night? You bet! Real love is about winning with your heart in your hands. Love, you say? It was this man's intention to summon the defendant to the small shack, using this blackmail letter. Blackmail? No, that was simply a product of overflow!
Your huffy puffy loosey goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining fuss of a witness.
I don't think I could say any better than Francisca just then. I don't think I can do it any better. So, what did you see? I hope for your sake you saw a snowmobile. You huffy puffy loosey goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness, eh? Well, you see...
Being called those names doesn't seem to bother him at all.
Don't make me do that, Astro. Don't make me say that 3 times fast. I don't know if I can. You didn't see a snowmobile. Why'd you hesitate on the yes, my boy? Hold it! Larry, you really didn't see it? Hey! No need to hit your desk! I can hear you! I didn't see it! I didn't see a snowmobile! Larry, say snowmobile for me, please. Snowmobile! If you truly have nothing to hide, then why are you stammering like you just flew over a cuckoo's nest? Shut up! What is it? I don't know! Don't ask me!
It seems I'll need to start from a more obvious contradiction. I'm going to strike the blow that will finally get him to spill the beans.
I will do that in a moment. Didn't see anyone at the bridge that night earlier, yeah? Or either, okay. Hold it! You didn't meet anyone? That's right! Because I've got nothing to do with this! And I'm just here to buy some Viridian paint, okay? Come on! I expect to see those Crimson Lake faces, now! It would appear that simply pressing him isn't going to be enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Indeed.
It seems he's going to claim to have nothing to do with this in the end. I don't want this guy to cost us any more time. I need to slice through this obvious contradiction and keep things moving along.
Hang on, before we do that. Just in case things go wrong, I somehow do the wrong answer. You were at the lodge in the mountains, looking up at the stars. Really? Walked to the bridge a number of times. Didn't see a snowmobile. From Main Gate to Dusky Bridge, the entirety of the tracks were there, yeah? Is that possibly... There's possibly any more to it. Thing that gets me immediately is that if you didn't see... How could you not have seen a snowmobile from the tracks that were there from the temple to the foot of the bridge? Surely... I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. Snowmobile. You didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to press that. Me pressed the wrong button. I keep thinking that to change the same button in there. Yeah, it's just a mispress. Luckily I did save. Oh wait. Weren't you the one that tried to stop Phoenix from falling off the bridge in the first place? Yeah, you were the one who tried to stop Phoenix from falling in the first place. You saw someone at the bridge when it was set alight, and that was Phoenix trying to run across it, and then he fell down, and you were like, "No, Phoenix!" Or rather, "No!" Or rather, "Long live the King, Phoenix!" "Long live the King, Nick!" Or something like that, yeah. Nah, then the answer is... I'm the one that saw Phoenix fall from the bridge in the first place, Doi. Objection! Larry Butts. I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic and you cause all sorts of trouble. I'm sorry! But having realized just how much of a nuisance you have been, that could be considered a step in the right direction. Edgy, are you trying to console me? It certainly doesn't sound that way to me. However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create. Ah! You're totally pinning this on me. Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There, he happened across a certain nefarious individual.
You, Larry Butts! That's right! Me, in the flesh! Listen carefully, witness. It doesn't matter if you change your name. So long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents. That reality will not change. But what do you want me to do then? Larry, what you need to change is your inner self. But for now, what you saw that night, testifying truthfully about this one issue, is all I need from you. Edgy? I think I've finally woken up! Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it! I'll testify! Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well. I'll ask again then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder?
What I saw, but duh. What I saw, number 2, Electric Boogaloo.
I went to the shack at around 9, so it would have been around 10:30 p.m. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. I looked out the window, and Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. That's when I ran into Nick. You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you?
So, what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire?
It was like me after a 3-day stint chasing a girl. It totally burned out. Like, almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains was what caused Nick to fall.
What did you say?
Oh, don't worry, it's nothing life-threatening. He just caught a cold.
I never know whether that man should be called lucky or unlucky.
Now, Mr. Edgeworth, please commence your cross-examination.
Cross-examine. We do the thing again. Luckily, Larry doesn't have that many to do. That's a good thing. So let's just get started, I think. Before I get all sleepy, because I somehow really feel it.
Oh, excuse me.
Alright, let's go.
Hold it! What did you do out there in the cold and for an hour and a half? Well, if you really must know, I was busy being excited, I guess. Excited? Dare I even ask? I set the meeting time as 10 p.m., right? But I couldn't wait, and I thought she might come early, too. Well, it appears she didn't come at all in the end.
Because they never arranged to meet in the first place, did they?
Shut up! Don't go picking my fond memories apart! Anyway, I was getting a little worried. I thought maybe Iris had lost her way. So every 20 minutes or so, I went out to the bridge. But I didn't see anything particularly suspicious. I didn't have anything else to do, so I went back to the shack to wait for her.
When the light flash almost blinded me, it was thunderbolt and lightning. Very, very frightening, Larry.
Hold it! This light was, of course, lightning. Like, kapow! Like a slap from Naomi, honestly. A big bada boom.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, big bada boom. I understand boom. Big bada boom. Bada boom. Yeah, big bada boom.
Little de las multibus.
Ah!
Or a little like that?
Ah! That's more like a punch from Miranda. With this, did you actually see the lightning hit the bridge? Well, I was a bit startled by the flash of light, so...
Once you looked out the window, Dusky Bridge was on fire. Yes, it was.
Hold it! Seeing that, what did you do? What do you think? I was burning up as well! From the fire in my heart.
And that's why you went to take a look at the bridge?
Well, to be honest, it was freezing cold, so at first I thought, yeah, forget it, I'm not leaving my covers. But it had pretty much stopped snowing, so
I don't know, I changed my mind. I'm not sure I care for the forget-it attitude you had at first with this. Just doesn't really care for a lot of things, it turns out. He does seem to say that quite a lot for some reason. Still some thunder, but you went right away checking out. Uh-huh. Hold it! You said right away, but exactly how long after the strike was that? Well, the lightning fell, then the bridge caught on fire, so maybe around 5 minutes? I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta go check this out.
How far is a small shack from you were, in from the bridge?
Hold on. Well, it had pretty much stopped snowing. I guess about a 5-minute walk? And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there? Like I'd recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfire kids make during school camping trips can compare.
Well, should I press him for a little more info?
Not right now. Why didn't you call anybody? Or why did you go to the bridge? Feeling like one or two of these is the right answer. Let's get a word in on, firstly, why the bridge. So you suddenly thought to check out the bridge. Does this mean that you initially had no intention of doing so? Well, yeah, I guess it does. It was really cold. I didn't really want to go out there. If that's the case, why did you change your mind? I would like to hear your reasoning. In which case, please give testimony to that effect, witness. My reasoning? Okay. Reasoning, is it? Yeah. Well, I thought I'd never get another chance to see something so big burning! Okay... Hold it! So you decided to go and see what was happening? That's right! We're talking about a massive suspension bridge burning to high heaven! That's not something you see every day! A real like, really special?
Can we really trust a witness who is unable to pronounce spectacle?
Well, you knew, Larry. He only graduated junior high school. Nothing about college or anything like that. His, ability to spell things out from the dictionary could be very much limited. You know? Edward getting time in the limelight. Yeah, while Phoenix is out recovering in hospital from catching a cold after falling quite a big distance into a very cold river. So yeah, it is Edgeworth taking over for the time being. Life seems to love hitting this poor witness below the belt. Well, my motto is to hit life back as hard as I can. It ain't about how much you get hit, it's about how much you can keep getting up. Ah!
I'll give you a few hits too, if you like, with my whip.
Well, he told me about the bridge yesterday, the burning bridge, but there's still something that doesn't quite fit. It looks like, despite his change of heart, Larry still isn't telling us the whole truth.
Still isn't doing it. Okay. Oh, yeah. Teaser those games. A little bit, yeah. That doesn't seem to give me much to go on, actually. And that's a result of change. That's how you changed. By pressing why did you go to the bridge, that's how it changed into this. Which I don't think gives us anything. So I think actually what I should have done is... not that. Go back to this and go back to the question again, because... I think the other point is probably the more important point. Why didn't you call anybody when you saw what was happening, Larry? When you saw that the bridge suddenly set on fire, it was like... Maybe I should report that. So go on then. Why didn't you call? Larry, let me ask you one thing. Well, what is it, Edgy? What's with the serious face? It's my default look, get with it. Why didn't you call anyone? Huh? What do you mean? Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try and tell someone. There is a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct? Well, of course I thought of doing that. So then, let's hear why you didn't. Huh? Yeah, okay. A reason. My reason. It isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone. I just didn't have time to, okay? Go on then. I arrived at the bridge, and Nick showed up less than a minute later. Okay. Hold it! You claim to have arrived at the bridge at the same time as Wright? Yeah! I thought I'd better tell someone about this. But then Nick came up yelling about murder. Totally made me forget about the bridge. The fire was pretty much out by then anyway.
What's this feeling? I suddenly have a terrible case of unease.
It was after contacting the police that Phoenix Wright fell for the bridge, correct?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. More or less. Told me over the bridge yesterday. Still something that doesn't quite fit. Larry's not telling me the whole truth. Okay. You arrived at the bridge. Nick showed up less than a minute later. So is there something that could interject with that? Something that gives us times. I don't think it was that. Lights out bell at 10. That's fair. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45. 30 minutes passed between the fire started and going out. It didn't occur to Larry 30 minutes ago to see if there was a call there. Okay, if he's saying Nick only shows up a minute, Phoenix only shows up a minute after, that leaves us a lot of time on the table that is somehow magically unaccounted for. If Phoenix got there after 11, Larry also got there after 11. As I said, that's like nearly at least 15 minutes, a good 15 minutes of missing time somewhere. I think that's the bit we gotta get Larry on, I think. Alright, oops. It's fine. Right, back to number 5. Back to the thing. Yeah, just occurring to me that 10:45, seeing the lightning happen, immediately setting the bridge on fire is not the time to then start doing something, like informing people. And then you only thought to inform them when Phoenix showed up at the same time a minute after you did. So you arrived, as you said, at about the same time Phoenix did, which would be circa 11 o'clock. What were you doing for 50 minutes then, Larry? That's my question. Objection! Your very existence being a contradiction, I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not. What the heck, Genji? You made me sound like some sort of alien! How do I know you're not? But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time. Well, I've never been the best timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? I'm terrible at those. Well, this is much more simple, and yet you still cock it up. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge, and immediately went to see what had happened. Is this correct? Yep! Well, I wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less. I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 PM. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge, meaning you probably got there at around 11 PM. That all sounds about right, I guess. And then Nick showed up and did his falling act. That is impossible.
What do you mean?
11 PM is when the murder occurred in Hazakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there, in the courtyard. There is no way that Larry could have encountered him at the Dusky Bridge at that time! Excuse me, I have an objection! You do?
Gee, how many times do I have to say this?
I'm not Larry! I'm Larice to the hell!
It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 PM. Shut up, Larry. The criminals are talking. The sister only said around 11. In which case, it could have been earlier than that.
Watch your footing there, Miss Francisca von Karma. The slope ahead is slippery. For there is still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 PM.
And why not?
It's clearly written here in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15 PM. Which means... what exactly? Wright did not see the bridge when it was being consumed by the flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until... after the flames had died down. Larry, you arrived at the bridge at 11 PM, but Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you to stop hiding things and just tell us the whole truth. Now then, what happened during these missing 15 minutes? I feel I just got brutally woken up by toilet splashback. Larry, that is appalling toilet humor. Get some decency, man. Stop having the potty mouth. I guess I was sleeping still after all. Pinch me. Order, order, order. Ow!
So there was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that as much of a problem.
Yeah, not much of a problem at all. Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes and there is a phone right next to it. Why then did you not report the accident? Yes, witness, why didn't you? Were you there simply to watch the bridge burn? And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge had burnt out, he was still there. Staring into space as witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty.
That's what it sounds like.
Ah, but this is Larry we're talking about. And even he is incapable of being so stupid. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction. Edgy. I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude. Just as I thought. You've been playing with us all this time. Yeah, listen. I'm gonna tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all? Yes. I may really say this time, everything!
Then say it!
Very well. I have a terribly bad feeling about this. Can I get +2 experience to my Star Wars TTRPG next time? However, let's have the witness finally give us the whole truth. Now, for this 15 minutes gap, what were you doing, witness? Von Karma needs to be arrested for abusing her clients.
Other
it's not. This isn't Von Karma's client. It was Edgeworth on the defense who called the witness to the stand. And besides, it doesn't matter who you are, Francisco will bully you, so I think, will bully and abuse you. I think no matter who you are, nobody is safe. So yeah, don't worry about it. Alright, the missing 15 minutes. Come on then, Larry, give us a good time. I'm a denim! I'm an artist! What do you think I was doing? Sketching! In front of the bridge! I was whipped up into a frenzy of art! The shock and awe that I was feeling, I transferred it all directly onto the page! Before I realized it, the flames had gone out, and then he came running up. Well, I suppose artists can be strange folk. That's right! I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch!
Including the truth from the sounds of it.
So, trying to speak to these with hiccups now, this is not good. I am not a fish, I am not a fish, I am not a fish. Mr. Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubts? Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains. And what would that be? This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So why did you think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag the reason out of him. You'll regret this, Echi. You won't like to hear the truth, because it'll sound so stupid! That's how he gets you. He tries to make you just die out of sheer embarrassment from his stupidity. A pure aneurysm from sheer stupidity, and he will be like, I didn't know you were that stupid, Edgeworth, and then he will go, ah! That's how we'll get you. Also, I saw the quack. Alright, let's keep going. Hold it! Tell us, Larry. My name is Larice! Get it right! Mistakes like that are what keep you from being popular with ladies like I am. What a judge line. Who are you? Just who exactly are you? I am Larice Donim, apprentice extraordinaire! That's what he calls himself in any case. Then you are an artist? Of course, I'm an artist, the real thing! Yes, again, that's what he calls himself.
Names mean nothing. There is only one issue I care to discuss. What were you doing?
That is a very big issue indeed. Right, I'm gonna see if I can safely get my fan off, because I think it's been on for long enough to help me finally get cooled down. Wow. What a burn. Okay, you went. Hold it! Sketching the burning bridge? The burning bridge and everything that came with it! What? Came with it? You want to hear this from my lips, do you, Edgy? You'll regret this! That sketch of mine is up! Enough! Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, Witness!
I'm sorry, I did have the echo, and I'm so sorry. What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean! It was the echo was intense, I know, I'm so sorry. I have to turn it off now. That does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth.
What should I do? I've got a terrible feeling that the instant this sketch is revealed, the entire world may be changed by what is depicted there.
But Edgeworth, we always say, thou must. Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch, please? Well, well. Even I couldn't have imagined it turned out like this.
Imagined what?
That Larista Nim's debut would take place here today, like this.
Oh! Show it now!
Okay, okay, but steel yourselves. This is the world of Larista Nim! Wow. Well, so this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Von Karma?
Yes, well, it's a better drawing than I expected.
Isn't it? Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames. I really did. Yes, I'm sure you did.
Oh, this is going to get ugly. No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object.
Larry! What? The burning bridge is fine. But what is that unfortunate-looking figure? Ah, you spotted that! I thought you might. However much I might want to ignore it, I can't. It's Iris, of course! Iris! I wish she'd take better care of herself. We have to plan for our future, you know? What would have happened to her if she had injured herself flying like that?
Larry, please, answer this next question honestly.
Okay.
Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames?
Yep, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist, a real artist.
You... Hi! The girl, she's really high up in this picture.
There is a 0% chance I think that Larry is on something here. Oh, what was that for?
This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory.
Please whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories, okay? Anyway, no court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly.
Actually, there is some precedence for this.
She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. She was about 30 feet above the bridge at least. It was really something to see. This has to be some kind of mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to earth, eh?
What? Me?
This witness is your friend, is he not?
Accessory to who is this? Miles Edgeworth.
So let us get back to the cross-examination. By force, if necessary. Mr. Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here.
Yes, Your Honor. Looks like I've got another reason to remember this moron.
Well, what do you think of my debut piece? Get that thing away from me, eh? Larry's horrible sketch of what he saw in the night of the crime, with a flying fire lady apparently on it. Now hurry up and cross-examine him! He really wants me to hurry it up, wow. I saw Iris flying! Her white hood fluttering! Do we really have that? Do we really have a... give us a mo. I'll think about that while we press. Hold it!
Just where do you see this sight from?
Hey, no need to shout. When I was lying in bed in that rundown shack, the crack of the lightning bolt made me realize that the bridge was burning. I just watched it for a while from there, thinking how nicely it was burning. Then after about 5 minutes, I saw it.
The defendant's flying?
That's right. That's when I decided to go to the bridge. I see. That all makes sense. Aside from the sketch itself.
Yes, this sketch doesn't make any sense. I just need to convince the artist that his work is ludicrous.
Can we somehow convince him that that was just a very intricate lick of flame that made the silhouette of a cloaked lady or something? I wish we could get away with that, but nah. Okay, you transferred it all directly onto the page. Fair dues. Hold it! You transferred everything on directly to the page. And that is this sketch here? Yep! Sensational, isn't it? Or should that be scandalous? It put my mind at ease anyway.
It did?
That's right! The reason she didn't come to me, even though I waited for her, was because she was trapped on the other side of the bridge. Could it be that Iris undertook that dangerous, desperate flight in order to reach me? That's gotta be it! Alright, go me! The hustle!
Continue, please.
No more of your foolish driveling. Foolishly driveling the foolish words of a foolish fool who is foolishly driveling. Yes. And then he came running up. That would be Phoenix. Okay, fine. Hold it! You forgot the passage of that time to that extent, did you? Well, once I get caught up in something, I tend to forget everything else.
That's true, he has always been that way. I guess he's not lying about that, at least.
Phoenix Wright appeared on the scene after 11:15. If he was drawing until then, that dispels all doubts.
Aside from doubt of his humanity, eh?
Well, there is a big clue waiting for me in this cross-examination. This testimony does nothing less than mock the court. But I'm sure that there is a vital kernel of truth hidden in it somewhere.
You are sure it is there somewhere for the judge's Canadian brother? You love to see it. No more foolish foolishness said by the most foolishly foolish fool in all of the existence of fools. In all of the foolish existence of foolish fools. Truth. Absolute truth. You saw Iris flying, her white hood fluttering. My question is... Received before the lights out bell the night of the crime. I think I know immediately what to get. But we're gonna do that after we take ourselves an intermission, because my stream bot has said it's time to run some ads right about now. So we're gonna do that. I think I have the answer pretty confidently here, but we'll do that. We'll do the confirmation after the break. If you need to do some stuff in your break time Twitch chat, this would be a great time for you to take some self-care. Same in the YouTube land. If you want to continue watching, of course, feel free to do that because there's no break in the highlight. But if you want to do some self-care, as I said, now is a good time to pause the video and go do your self-care if you need to. Alright, we are very nearly there, I think, against this idiot. We will hopefully get there by the time we are done after this one. So stick with us. It is going to be over soon. I hopefully promise you that. So join us after the break where we take Larry down a peg just a bit more. Right, I'll see you back here in a few minutes. Soon. Soon we'll be rid of this smarmy, lovable somehow. Smarmy but somehow lovable face. We will soon be rid of him, I am sure. But before we do that, before we ping him on this particular thing that I believe I have the answer to, let's welcome you back in the highlight video. Thank you so much for enjoying this so far. If you are enjoying it, don't forget to let me know. You can like and comment down below. You can also subscribe and click the bell as well if you want to follow us on our remaining journey in this case and for all of the future cases we do in all the future games. We'd love to have you for our journey. It would be awesome if you decided to do that. So, he's testifying at the moment he was doing this sketch, which would have been circa 11, between 10:45 to 11:15. He's testified to seeing Iris flying, her white hood fluttering. We have a white hood in our evidence bank. It was received before the lights out. Care to explain this one? Objection! Larry, what did you really see that night? Not as I particularly care. In your position, that's just being irresponsible! I drew exactly what I saw! I'll give you a whole $1 that it's the truth! If that is truly the case, then there's one thing that we can say for certain. And what might that be? He's going to be $1 less well off. That the person who flew over the bridge could not have been the defendant, Iris. What? What do you mean? I don't understand. Ow!
A foolhardy folly of a foolish statement by an equally foolish foolhardy fool. How exactly can you make this claim?
Tell us, Larry. According to this picture, the individual whom you say you saw was wearing a hood, correct? Of course she was! That rundown shack is quite away from the bridge. The hood is what told me that this floating angel was my Iris. The hood is my darling Iris, and Iris is my darling hood. Ow!
It seems there are bigger fools in this world than the one here at the defense's bench.
Larry, there's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She has given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggest it was Wright who took flight? Well, what are you talking about? I think you understand what I mean just fine. Why? Why did Nick have Iris's hood? What? Archie! What's going on with Iris and Nick? Why, you, Nick, you dog! Well, I do believe that this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited and discarded straight into the garage.
What is it now, witness?
Do not turn into some evil villainous right now, Larry, please. It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Are you challenging me? Edgy! Today is the day I get to completely stupefy you! What? What is the meaning of your outburst with this? I hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence. Definitive?
Evidence?
Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge. And I, Larice de Nim, shall prove it. I didn't expect to ask this again, eh? But we shall be needing your testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in the sketch. And show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually a reality. Okay, I hope you're ready, Etchy. Because I'm gonna feed you a whopping serving of pain!
But you've been serving us a whopping serving of pain this whole time! Trust me.
I hate to love Larry sometimes. I hate to love him. But I do love to love Edgeworth's reactions to Larry being such an utter goofball. I live for that kind of thing! Oh yeah, quack. I know, right? The proof that Iris flew, is it in the pudding, or the painting, or the brush, or the pudding that you call a brain? Let's go! When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone! I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for her! That led me to finding a beautiful crystal sphere, half buried in the snow. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal sphere that night! Larry... God... Again, I hate to love you, but God... A crystal sphere? Yeah, this one. It's pretty, isn't it? But finders keepers!
That sphere? Where did you find it?
Let me see. Around here somewhere. Looks about right. And it was half buried in the snow? It had pretty much stopped snowing by then. But there was still some falling as I walked to the bridge. The court accepts this crystal sphere. Hey, that's mine, okay? I want it back afterwards. I'm gonna ponder it. There's something on it. Oh my, it's blood!
What? Blood?
A crystal sphere found half covered in snow near Dusky Bridge the night of the crime. It has blood on it. This is where if I was on camera, I could make the easy joke. If I also had the prop on standby for it. I could do the Richard O'Brien thing from the classic 90s era game show Crystal Maze and be like, have yourselves a crystal sphere, as it say. I think BSC has a vendetta. She will not be happy until she sees it happen. If it's gonna happen.
Black and white, clear as crystal. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Let's see if we'll get nothing out of this. I'm getting nothing but ahs from all this. in a weirdly fun way, though. Are you ready, Edgy? By tomorrow morning, you'll be calling me Master Larry. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's gonna puss me around anymore!
But didn't you want to be called Laristo Nim only a few minutes ago? God.
If you ask me, that Laristo name is the worst name for a supervillain I think I've ever heard of. Or at least a supervillain's alter ego. Okay, she was already gone when you reached the bridge. Aw, sure thing. Hold it! So, you went to the burning bridge? That's right, to meet Iris. She actually flew to get to me. That's the least I could do was meet her halfway. Right at the borderline is where I'm gonna wait for her. I'll be coming out night and day. I take my heart to the limit and this is where I'll stay. I want you so bad, it's my only wish. But the defendant was not at the bridge when you got there, you see. I guess she went back to Hazakura Temple. She is a girl, after all. She must have wanted to look her best.
Oh, it must be lovely to live in the fantasy land of Larry's mind. Actually, it's so depressing I can't even work up the energy to point.
So, what did you do next? It must be lovely to be this dumb. I think Edge was saying that, lol. You frantically searched all over because you were worried, yeah? Hold it! So you searched all over for her? She was flying pretty high, you know. I thought maybe she'd slept on her landing and got hurt. Hey, it was more than possible. Also, when I headed out to the shack the first time, I was snacking on a banana. I was pretty sure I threw the peel away somewhere around there, so... yeah, you know.
Can one guy really be this stupid?
So, did you find any signs of her so-called landing? I don't really remember. I kept on falling over myself and kinda lost it for a while there. You fell over yourself? Yeah, the snow was deep, and there wasn't even a banana peel out there.
Yep, there's Stupid and then there's Larry Butts.
The short of it is that you didn't find any signs of her landing, correct? Then what happened next? Then you found the crystal sphere. Right. Hold it. Half buried. It was sitting in the snow with a little gavel on top of it. It was very hard to spot, actually. I mean, it was dark out, too. I'm impressed. You did well to find it. No matter what you may think when you look at me, I'm a pro! A genius security guard! I used a pen light I borrowed from my company to help me in my search. And it sparked really brightly as if it was saying, "Here I am!" to me. It does indeed look like very much the crystal sphere on Iris's hood. But need I remind you that she was not wearing her hood that night? Oh my god, does Larry get rid of it by podcast? Ah, love that. You're so stupid, even a parked car could run you over. I love the sound of that VSC, oh my god. Next insult on lock. Love it. So Iris is in a spare hood. There was rumblings that there could be spare hoods in there, but really... Hold it! I think with every single time he has to go hold it, he loses just a little bit of his soul, does Edgeworth. He goes, hold it. Hold it. Oh my freaking god, hold it. Like, every single time. Each nun is assigned their own hood, and they're assigned only one. I don't know anything about that, okay? And Iris is special, alright, dude? Even if she did steal a spare hood, I'll forgive her.
God, this is getting us nowhere. Our destination for the day, it seems.
But however, this crystal sphere was found near the bridge. That is a fact. If it didn't come from a hood, where could it have come from?
And that is the question I aim to answer.
And luckily I do know where it came from, and we will... we will eventually fix all of your suffering soon with this thing, but of course I like to test it. I like to do all testimony pressings because it's fun to voice. And nobody could have lost a crystal sphere. Yeah, you right. You're right about that, surely. Okay. Hold it. Let me confirm this one last time, Larry. The reasons you thought that this was Iris are the hood and this crystal sphere, correct? That's right! My gut is never wrong! I met an old bikini the next morning, and her crystal sphere was still there, safe and sound! Indeed. She was wearing it in this very room earlier today.
This case isn't going to end without a fight. Exposing the obvious contradictions in this testimony will be easy, but I fear that all awaits us are further mysteries.
Never any time. Well, let me show you immediately where that, not in that one, sorry. Let me find the right photo for it. Let me show you where that, purple crystal sphere came from. Elise staff. Because we also have the staff in our possession. Carried by Elise Nim when she was arrived. It has her fingerprints on it, but doesn't have a crystal in it. It does not have a crystal. So... let me find it half buried. I was just wearing a spare hood. No one else could have lost a crystal sphere that night. Nah, I think that this time it did happen, Larry. Somebody did lose a crystal sphere, because we've got the proof in the pudding for all of that. Thank you very much. Let's give you... I mean, any number of things could have gotten us there. I'm gonna go with one that shows Elise with the full proper crystal in the staff, so everything is right and proper with the staff. Let's go for that. Objection! Larry. That night, there was someone. Someone who lost a crystal sphere. There was? Who? Who was this stupid idiot? Miss Elise Donim, the mentor to a stupid idiot.
The victim?
I have a photo of her here. And on the end of her staff, you can see a familiar-looking crystal sphere. Hey!
That's my photograph! Give it back! Oh! A crystal sphere like that is quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my brooch.
But they look nothing alike!
In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff found at the scene of the crime. Ah! The crystal sphere! It's gone!
What? What?
And just what does this mean? If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris. After all, she was not wearing her hood. And more importantly, the crystal spheres found at the landing site was not hers either. That means the one who flew and dropped the sphere was the victim, Miss Elise Donim?
Objection! A fool alongside another fool on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it is rejected.
You can't do that! I saw it with my 2 eyes! I think I might only have 1 eye now.
And this crystal sphere, this is nothing more than a red herring.
You honestly believe that?
Give it some thought, and I'm sure you'll realize it is well, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Donim was in her room on the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, this sphere cannot be related to this case. That is all.
Objection! Miss Franziska von Karma. The only people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. Then why are you pointing at me? You fit both of those descriptions rather aptly. Just live with it. The victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. Yet you expected us to believe this has nothing to do with the case?
Objection! That crystal sphere, it was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder.
After the murder?
There is blood on the crystal sphere, isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw the investigation off the scent. It is the exact same reason that he drew this ridiculous sketch.
What? You mean... I'm the killer?!
Oh, wow! All joking aside, just when did this crystal sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe this is related to the case.
She makes a valid point. There is no evidence that Elise Donim left Hatakura Temple that night. However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform into something else entirely.
Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? I want your final opinion on the disposition of this crystal sphere. If it's not related to the case, then this witness who you called will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time.
Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth.
But can I prove it? Here is my confidence save, just in case I get this answer wrong somehow, but can it be proven now?
was just taking a few moments to think about this myself.
Can I prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place?
Well, we can court record it and see before we get our answer on that one. Get myself ready to visit the mom, be back later. Of course, you go do that, no problem. Can we prove that beforehand? Bada-bada-bum, bada-bada-bum. We're looking for the answer. The crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place. So it was there. And we have the staff as well. Getting really thinking and doing anything here. The only stuff that proves it said half covered in snow. And weather report said it only snowed up until approximately 10:50, when everything is alleged to have happened. Okay then, if it was found half covered in snow, that must mean it must have been still snowing when it was dropped, and thus probably likely that was before everything took place. So I reckon, yeah, it's in the crystal itself. You just have to. It's in the crystal orb itself. You just have to ponder the orb a little bit. Yeah. So yes, I can. Let's go for it.
Can I prove it? That isn't the issue. To simply prove it, that's the only option. That's what he'd do. That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this.
Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link to solving the case. You will do what?
That look in your eyes. You remind me of Phoenix Wright when he too is cornered.
That should come as no surprise.
Because right now, I am Phoenix Wright, and I am indeed cornered.
I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Evidence that proves that the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder. You found it half covered in snow, which means it was before the snow stopped, which was roughly when everything was happening and took place. So, if it was half covered, it was either only very lightly snowing, or as it was gradually stopping, so... yeah, I think we're gonna go for doing this. Take that! This crystal sphere. It was half buried in the snow, correct? That's right. If I hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been game over. The snow would have totally covered it. That's all I needed to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. What? When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even if it was ever so slightly.
Snowing?
On the other hand, let's look at the scene of the murder. Because the cadaver is freshly without any snow on them, so that proves everything that happened to her was after the snow was stopped. Yeah.
As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body. Ah! Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder!
What?
Order! Order! On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge. And there, something occurred that caused the staff's crystal sphere to come loose. What could that have been? This sphere, there is some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge.
Objection! The murder didn't take place in the Hasakura Temple courtyard! Only a fool will suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness!
Just who is the fool? And which part is so foolish, Miss Von Karma?
Ha! Huh! Have you been paying any attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth? The sister saw everything! She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hasakura Temple courtyard!
Objection! That's not exactly true now, is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body.
That's the same thing!
No, it isn't! You said it yourself.
Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from the body, that would be when the blade is removed.
If that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge could very easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding.
Objection! You are forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. At least in his body was found in Hasakura Temple. On foot it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hasakura Temple. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all that way?
I've made it this far. The only place to take this is to the end. I just need to prove that my version of the event is also perfectly plausible.
Okay, saving first because this looks like another big decision. Now, if the court is ready to... If the defense is ready, the court would like to have an explanation. Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hasakura Temple. This is the true reason for the tracks to appear back here. Oh, somebody already took the snowmobile down there. Possibly victim or somebody else. And they were done in at bridge area to the inner temple next to Heavenly Hall. And it was very easy. The body could have been taken back the 15 minutes it would normally take to walk by snowmobile in about 5 minutes. They used the snowmobile to move the body.
Take that! On that snowy night, there is one way that the body could have been moved. The snowmobile.
Aha!
As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon. But it could also have been used to carry a body. Order, order, yeah!
This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth! You've dug yourself into your own grave!
What do you mean?
The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant! She's the one who moves the body! Doesn't that put your final nail into the coffin?
You're too late, Franziska von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proved something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation.
What?
Where was the victim, Elise Donim, really killed? if her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean?
Do you even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it.
Objection! This would certainly sit on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point. Edgy! Thank you. That settles it then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances. Right. I seem to have fulfilled my part in this. It is just as I thought. Franziska von Karma, you make a wonderful partner.
Excuse me?
There was one reason, and one reason alone, for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case and then pass it on to right. Really? That's what this was all about? You could have just told me that from the very beginning. Then I wouldn't have had Francie whipping me all day!
Miles Edgeworth, I don't care about what you were here to do. This was my chance to finally grind you onto my heel.
A shame that your chance seems to have slipped you by. What a shame.
Francie! This is all your fault! Such a terrible witness! You are an affront to all that witnessism stands for! Ow, 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 ow! I demand satisfaction!
Ow. Oh, I cannot believe that the witness's testimony relates to an actual event. However, there has to be some sort of answer for the questions it raises. Have his words here today been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that shall be addressed. I am counting on thorough investigations by both the defense and the prosecution. And with this, the rest is up to you, right? Court is now adjourned. I think Larry dead. What's Canadian judge now going to do now that he's adjourned the court? What is his plan afterwards? We could be stereotypical and do something that Canadians always do, or we could do something not stereotypical. What could the judge be adjourning the court for? What is his plan that he needs to adjourn court now? As we always like to do. Does he have anything for it? Okay, there you go. Yeah. Court is now adjourned. My daughter-in-law has made me some poutine, and I'm going to enjoy that as a nice family dinner. There you go. Yeah. We got it nailed. It is to be continued. And now that we've gotten through all of that, we can... And that was a pretty pointless place to do a save there just before the court was adjourned, but we did it anyway, just for safety. And with that all in, it did say to be continued. Let me check the time. Oh yeah, we got plenty of time. To be continued right now! Yay! February the 9th, 3:43 AM, the Hottie Clinic Intensive Care Unit. The first thing that came to your mind, having poutine. Yeah, daughter-in-law made poutine for dinner and he's gonna go enjoy that as a nice family thing. Yeah, why not? Oh, it never occurred to me that Phoenix was reading up on the original Mia's first case, the case in Turnabout Beginnings. The previous episode that we did. Never occurred to me that Phoenix was reading this on his hospital bed. Now I see the IV drip
Oh, it never occurred to me.
I'm still up at this hour, reading through the trial record of a certain case. It's the first case my mentor, Mia Fey, had ever handled in the court of law. The horrifying truth that I refuse to accept is holding me hostage here within its pages. Dahlia Hawthorne. What I have read, I don't want to believe. What's written here? This isn't the Dahlia I knew. After falling into Eagle River, I was somehow miraculously saved. But I ended up catching a cold that seemed to knock me around the world and back. I feel dizzy, my ears are ringing, my throat burns, and my head is on fire. But I will recover. I have to recover by this afternoon. I have to meet with the most ill-tempered witness imaginable. But I know that he'll be able to help me with him, somehow.
And back to the scene we come. February the 9th, 2:43 p.m., Dusky Bridge.
Right? Are you sure you're well enough to be doing this? You still look a little green in the face.
Or maybe Viridian in artist speak.
Actually, my fever has gone down quite a bit.
And how's your temperature now?
It's only 102.2 degrees. Nothing to worry about. Anyway, I read today's trial record. You weren't bad, Edgeworth. Pretty impressive despite the circumstances. We're not in the clear yet. The main point of contention tomorrow is going to be the murder weapon. Yeah. In the end, the Shishishito did not deliver the deadly blow. Which means there must be another sword hiding out there that we don't know about. Another sword, huh?
Don't you worry about a thing, pal. I'll take out the murder weapon myself or I'll eat my coat.
Thanks again, Edgeworth. I'll handle things from here. That is probably for the best. Actually, I was thinking about paying the old precinct a little visit. There's something I want to look into. And that is... our client's background, naturally.
You mean Iris, sir?
I have the feeling that we've met before. All I want is confirmation, one way or the other. And since I probably wouldn't be getting that from you... I'm sorry, Edgeworth. I bid you adieu, right? Take care.
And the batons finally pass back. And guess I should get moving too.
Why? Do you need to be somewhere?
Yeah, I gotta get to work on this bridge, pal. I'm rigging something up so we can get across to the other side.
Ah, that's right! Maya's still stuck over at the inner temple!
But don't you worry, pal! And again, you just hear in the distance.
I'll take everything in this boy! I'll even take a nice ball!
Maya has not been fed for an entire night and day. And she's gonna get cranky if you don't feed her something. But don't you worry, as soon as it's all set, you'll be the first to know.
Thank you, Gumshoe.
No problem, pal. Just try not to give me that cough of yours, okay? Alright, I'm off.
Hang in there, Maya. We'll get you out, I promise. But in the meantime, I've got to continue collecting evidence.
I'll just settle for a tiny piece of cucumber!
You wanted to get back so bad, don't you? I mean, yeah. Well, now that I see, he can have a look at everything that is to do with the scene here.
That thing looks like it's ready to collapse.
At least more than it did before. According to Bikini, Eagle Mountain is pretty prone to earthquakes. Which reminds me, if my memory serves me correctly, Edgeworth isn't exactly a fan of earthquakes. Why do I feel like that is going to be a surprise that will haunt us later? It looks like it's about 20 yards to that cliff over there. But I can't see the inner temple from here. I really hope Maya's okay. Yeah, no, I was getting that headstone. Now it really is more of a dusty bridge than a dusky bridge. That kidnapping incident happened here 11 years ago. So maybe it's cursed too. This place is cursed! Bit of a Danhausen situation. You are cursed! Hazakura Temple doesn't have a single private phone line. And there aren't any houses in the area, so I guess Bikini is the only one who uses this. I really wish I brought my cell phone with me. You know, hindsight's 20/20, Phoenix. Don't worry about it. We could have done here first, which is probably a bad idea, given Phoenix's state right now. February the 9th, Heavenly Hall. Huh. Looks like no one's here. Larry! God, what am I doing? I'm calling a Larry. Oh no. Larice!
I was sure it'd be hiding here. I guess I'll try again later.
And in the meantime, we'll have a look at all the silly things that are here, the silly buntings. That stuff is really ruining the beautiful atmosphere around here. It's so inappropriate. Lexus the bikini and the bikini. I've got to think of the kittens, think of the kittens, think of the kittens, the nice little kittens. They're gonna be fine, they're gonna be fine. Okay. This is the famous Eagle River. I got to try out this rough rapids the other night. They say it has a really strong current. And they weren't kidding. It's both powerful and fast-flowing. Huh. I was dead lucky. I mean, lucky not to be dead. Blah. Okay. Look at this graffiti scrawled right onto the front of the shack. At least he managed to get a pretty good likeness. When I really think about it, I guess art kinda suits him. I mean, his very existence is an art, of sorts. An artful tragedy, as it were. Snow is really piled up on the straw roof. It's otherworldly, like something of a fairy tale. Well, the roof part is, anyway. The sign says Heavenly Hall. I guess it's pretty fitting. If you spend a night in this little freezing shack, you'd probably find yourself at the pearly gates by morning. Because frost bites. Alright then, move back. And rather than see anything else, because I don't think there's anything else to see down there. No, that's just where I was. One more check around just to be sure. I mean, we can see the bridge up here as well. And that's Dusky Bridge up there. It's amazing how clearly you can see it from so far away. Larry supposedly saw everything through the shack's window. Not much light gets down here, so it must be pitch black at night. But this area was probably illuminated at night because of the burning bridge above. Because it was burning. We all set fire to the bridge. Watch it burn as I touch your face. Right, February 9th, Hazakura Temple, main gate. Oh, who could this be, I wonder, if it's for art's sake? Come on, please! It's for art's sake, I swear! Well, there's only one guy I know who could be this persistent and high-strung. I'm talking about the heroine here! The heroine in my book! It'll make you famous! Ah!
Enough! A fool's who foolishly accepts the foolishness of a fool's fool. Wouldn't you agree, Phoenix Wright?
Huh? Me? Wait a second. I know you. You're up to... Ow!
Your reflexes and minds need to shape up.
Yeah, my brain's frying like a sunny side up and you want to grill me over a name?
Francie, you can't do that! Even as we speak, Nick's on the brink of death! Or so I'm told.
With a dead horse? Isn't that one of your American sayings?
No, it's not! And I'm not on the brink of anything! Aw, come on, Nick! Tell her, would ya? Tell her she needs to model me for my new picture book, Francie's Whippity-Whip Trip!
Gah! Before you ask me to model, let's learn to give at least semi-coherent testimony.
And before that, you'll have to learn how to live a semi-coherent life, Larry. I don't care what anyone says! I'm telling the truth! I saw what I saw! She flew, I'm telling you! Whoosh! Just like that dude with the red underwear! Don't think I'm gonna give you guys when you come crawling back to apologize!
Well, off he goes.
It's amazing how little has changed with you in the past year, Phoenix Wright.
Same could be said for you, Miss Franny. Miss Franzi. Oh, this is one impressive gate.
Compared to the grandeur of the main gate of the Von Karma estate, it's but a pet door.
It looks really idyllic with all that snow in it, don't you think?
All that snow? Huh, don't make me laugh. This is but a light dusting where I come from.
Oh, don't make things up just because you'll think I'll never get to see it for myself. You just wait until I win the lottery, and then you'll see, Frenzy. I'll go over there and see for myself. You can see the main hall from here.
I wonder how the head nun is holding up.
Oh, wow! Is that an inkling of human kindness I sense? Up from this robot that's in front of me right now? Ow!
Do you enjoy causing others people's pain with that sharp tongue of yours?
It is nothing compared to the pain you cause with that leathery whip of yours.
And you should be nice to me right now because I have a cold. It's a quaint little bell tower. I never would have thought that something this horrible was about to happen when Iris rang the lights out bell that night. And Snowmobile. I would love to know what that thing was used for on the night of the crime.
Huh! Still thinking small, I see, Phoenix Wright. Or perhaps not at all. That's why you will never defeat me.
I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but I don't recall ever losing to you.
Huh, it's time for us to settle this once and for all with one final showdown.
Looks like she mentally blocks out my victories over her from her memory.
She's independent, she is strong-willed, Phoenix, she's allowed to do that. Alright, we go back, because I don't think... Francisco will have seen all these already, I don't think there's anything new to it. Or is there? Let's just try something for randomness. I don't think Phoenix has ever seen this before, so let's go for it. So I'm about to— OW!
I refuse to help you, Phoenix Wright.
Oh, I should have known better than to try.
I don't think we'll really get anything out of Franziska by presenting. We just gotta talk. So have you been in Germany all this time?
That's right. Das ist richtig. Extending my perfect wind record. Naturally.
Oh joy, sounds like she hasn't changed a bit. Has it really been a year since we first met?
I am Franziska von Karma, the protege.
I see.
I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge.
Franziska was born and raised in Germany and became a prosecutor at the age of 13. Her father was the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma. He had a perfect win record for 40 long years. But now, he's gone from this world.
Oh, don't tell me you still hold a grudge against me. Because of what happened to your father.
That's right. You will fall before me. This I promise. But it will be for my sake, not my father's. I'll be clear.
Yes, Crystal. Best say that lest I get another whapow.
I went over the whole case file on the flight over.
You read the whole thing?
Yes. Every last word of every last sentence of every last paragraph. All the ridiculous things you did made it a very interesting read, you know. Attempted to cross the burning bridge? Did you even consider the dangers?
No. The only thought in my mind was, I have to get across.
A fool who doesn't think more foolish than a fool. Oh, sorry. A fool who doesn't think is more foolish than a fool who foolishly thinks.
Gumshoe said he'd let me know once the bridge was repaired. Maya, she's gotta be okay. I just know it. Plus, I need to ask her about what really happened at the Inner Temple that night.
What indeed really happened. We'll get to that soon, hopefully. Okay, what happened in today's trial?
In truth, I was shocked. I came back to America with the intention of defeating you. Instead, it was my little brother who was leading the defense.
Edgeworth. Come to think of it, Edgeworth was pulled into being a prosecutor by Manfred von Karmer as well.
Miles Edgeworth told me something very interesting, you know. He said this case had a special significance to you.
Because it does.
And that's precisely why I am here. Your personal involvement will make crushing you into teeny-weensy peensies all the better.
Sure.
That's probably the fever, but she's so openly hostile that it's almost kinda cute.
Ow! No smirking! No whipping the sick! That foolish fool doing such a foolish favor for such a foolishly foolish fool.
Edgeworth.
Make no mistake, Phoenix Wright. I came here for one thing, and one thing only. To pulverize you.
Well, it's not like I thought you were here to bring me some cold kill Rex, you know. Certainly wasn't the thing. Right, where else can we move from here? Into the main hall? Yes, we can. So we will do that. February 9th, Hazakura Temple, main hall. Someone's going,
Oh, that was one long sigh.
Oh, Sister Bikini.
Ooh, my! I didn't know you were here. How are you doing?
You don't have to pretend to be in a good mood for my sake.
I suppose I've made a terrible mess of things, haven't I? I let Mystic Elise die, and then there's Iris as well.
Mystic Elise? Now that I think about it,
And there's an acolyte stuck at the Inner Temple. That poor little girl has gone missing too.
That little girl? You don't mean Pearls, do you?
Yes, I'm afraid I do. She hasn't been seen since the morning after the incident.
Pearls? She's missing!
why didn't anyone tell me about this?
Oh, that's no good. That's definitely no good. We will continue into why that is no good when we have a quick little intermission, because I think I can fit like just a little bit more in after the break, so we'll go and do that.
Yeah.
we're going to go through our next little ad break of the stream, so if you need to go do some self-care Twitch chat, this will be the time to do so. Same for you in YouTube chat. There'll be no pause in the highlight. If you want to continue watching, you can do that, but if you want to pause the video manually yourself and go through some self-care, please go and do that as well. It's very, very good for you to do so. It's very important for that self-care. And in any case, we are back to have words on all of the bad things that seem to have occurred in Phineas's absence. He is the glue that holds everything together, but without him, everything has, you know, fallen apart off the walls. And it's up to us to try and make some semblance of it and fix it all. When we come back after the break, I'll see you very shortly. Hi. We're gonna come in. I like how the music just goes meh, and it just goes off like that. It's very mysterious. Okay, we have words to have with Bikini about things, so let's get going.
Oh, I must be getting old. I think I've seriously lost faith in myself.
Are you talking about your performance at the trial today?
You believe me, don't you? I'm not a liar. I would never lie. I know what I saw. I saw Iris pull that sword from Mystic Elise's body that night. I'm certain of it. At least it was till this morning.
I don't see any Cyclops, so she must be telling the truth.
So why are you so unsure of yourself all of a sudden?
You know that artist who testified after me?
I saw Iris flying, her white hood fluttering. I felt like I might start flying myself.
When I saw that man testify so fervently about something so impossible, I started to wonder if I had acted just like him when I was on the witness stand.
Oh, I wouldn't take that guy too seriously. Something smells is usually the butts, and you're not a butts. He's an artist, but all he draws is trouble, and nothing else.
But if both Bikini and Larry are telling the truth, that can only mean one thing. They both didn't see what they think they saw.
You don't know what you think you saw, oh goodness. On the night of the incident, you met Iris at the Inner Temple. Is that correct?
That's right. I'm sure it was Iris.
But Iris claims she was in her room in Hazakura Temple.
I knew I shouldn't have come back here that night.
But because you did, Myra is stuck all by herself at the Inner Temple.
I'm so sorry. The drafts in that place are nothing to shake a stick at. Winter is especially bad.
I'll bet. The training hall looks like it's about to fall down any second.
Eagle Mountain has always been prone to earthquakes, just so you know.
Earthquakes?
Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if the next big one levels the training hall.
We've got to get Meyer out of there, fast!
But still, there's really no need to worry. That area on the other side of Dusky Bridge is isolated, like an island.
It's like an island? How so?
Well, the only thing on that side of the bridge is the Inner Temple. No one lives out there, and it's surrounded on all sides by the river and the forest.
I see.
So a criminal would be trapped should they choose to flee in that direction. And as long as the bridge is out of commission, he or she will have to stay there.
But that means Maya could be stuck out there with a murderer, and with no way of escape either!
Oh dear, yes I suppose it does!
Please, Gumshoe. Get that bridge up faster!
Build faster than your big muscly arms can do. We believe in you. I am curious about a few things, if you don't mind answering some questions.
Oh? Do you need to know my measurements for your investigation or something?
No, I just want to know a little more about the victim, Miss Elise Donim.
I'm afraid I don't know her waist size, or her bust size for that matter.
No, I'm wondering why she came to stay in a place like this to begin with. I mean, she told us herself that she wasn't here for spiritual training.
My! You make it sound like this place is some sort of dump, Mr. Wright. Mr. Khalees was there to soak up the natural beauty of Eagle Mountain, if you must know.
There, you did it again, Sister Bikini. I noticed you always refer to Miss Donim as Mystic Elise.
Oh?
Yes. Now, why is that? After all, she's not here as an acolyte.
We address all our visitors as Mystic. It makes their experience feel authentic. And anyway, she's older than me. You must respect your elders, you know.
How do you know that? How can you say for sure that she's older than you? Duh! Oh, girl, that's a lot of them.
Huh. It seems Miss Elise Denim was no ordinary visitor after all. And there's Pearls. She was with Miss Denim on the evening of the murder, and now she's vanished. It's all gotta be connected somehow.
And again, the idea that I'm spitballing. The scroll of Misty Fae, master of the technique. This could end up being nothing, but it is just a theory I have in my mind going on. I'll have to wait and see what the game does with that, if anything. Slashcraft, hello, coming in. I'm about to ask about Pearl, why she's missing, why have you left a 9-year-old kid missing? Why have you done? We assume 9 years old, right? Yeah, she's 9 now. Yeah, I got it right. Why have you left a 9-year-old missing? Why did Pearls have to get mixed up in this mess?
Please, Mr. Wright. I know you're worried, but try to keep it together.
Oh man, my head's throbbing so bad it's killing me.
Pearls, she was with Miss Denim on the night of the murder, remember?
Yes, but I have a temple to run, you know? I was busy preparing for the training. I didn't see the little darling even once after we'd finished eating dinner.
The murder. It didn't take place right in front of her innocent eyes, did it?
According to the detective, she hasn't turned up at her home either.
Come on, keep calm. There's one place left where Pearls could be. She just has to be there. Come on, Gumshoe. Tell me you'll be done with the repair soon.
Okay, the one other place that we can go to... I'd examine what's here, but we've already examined what's here, I think, in a previous outing at this place, so let's move. Maybe she's still here in Courtyard somewhere. February 9th, Hazakura Temple, Courtyard.
This is where Sister Bikini witnessed the incident. It's hard to imagine she was lying on the stand, so maybe there are some clues that have yet to be found.
Maybe there are some clues that are meant to be found. Staff! Mr. Nim's staff. I definitely remember there being a crystal sphere attached to the staff. I guess Larry eventually found the sphere near the foot of Dusky Bridge. But what was it doing all the way out there? Fabulous question. The Shichishita. It's here in Mystic Army's right hand. But it was proven in court today that it wasn't the murder weapon. Given the design, it must have been used for some pretty gruesome things in the past. Pretty gruesome. Heckin' wild, yo. There are a few of these stone lanterns scattered around the courtyard. Without the city glare to compete with, I imagine they would seem a lot brighter. I guess Sister Bikini must light them now, since Iris can't be here. The main gate's on the other side of that stone wall. The difference in elevation is almost 10 feet. That's how steep this hillside is.
And that's also the height the body fell from according to the autopsy. Is it possible the Mr. Nim was pushed from the top of the wall? Then maybe. Only get quite a bit of snow up here in Eagle Mountain. Around here, skiers aren't just for fun. They're tools for getting around. But the sled? That's gotta be for Bikini's own personal entertainment. All the children that's come up here on their field trips, like, yay! Maybe. Okay, very scary, man. Very scary person doing this. Who's doing this?
What is that jarring, inconsiderably loud yell?
Hey, so this is where you've been, keeping nice and warm, I see. Detective! Have you finished the bridge? Yeah, I did. I told you I'd let you know.
Well. Then I'll come along with you and...
Sorry, ma'am. No one authorized entry. Access is restricted to people involved in the case.
What was that? I'm involved, aren't I? You couldn't get much more involved than me.
Well, yeah, but that's not what I would... Ow! The soundtrack in Gumshoe's mind right now.
It's been a while, Scruffy.
Fuck off!
Sister, please, leave the investigation to me. My. Well, you certainly seem to have everything under control. I am on your side. I won't do anything you don't want me to.
As you work to pin the guilt on Iris.
What are you daydreaming about, Phoenix Wright? Ow! That hurts, you know. Silence! I, Francisco Von Connor, will personally guide you through your investigation. So you will follow me.
She is not seriously gonna follow me around, is she?
Bikini, help! For the love of God, help!
Well, I can shimmy to... Where is it now? Main hall, not here. Move now, main gate. Move now, suspension bridge. Move now to Inner Temple Gate. Here we go. Rest in peace, Gumshoe. 07's for him. February 9th, Inner Temple Gate. A preemptive 07 to Phoenix as well, yeah. If Francisco doesn't take him, the cold will. Things have certainly become a lot more hectic than before.
They must have commenced with the investigation.
Oh, Mr. Nick.
Is that Pearly? Ah! Mr. Nick!
That voice! Pearls!
Mr. Nick! Mr. Nick! Oh.
So you were here ever since that night?
I was so lonely. I thought I was gonna die. When I woke up in the morning and saw the Dusky Bridge was gone, I realized I was all alone.
She was all alone?
It must have been very trying for you, little girl. I am Francisco Von Karma, the prodigy. There's no need to worry now that I'm here. You're the prosecutor who was so mean to Mystic Maya last year. Well, I don't like you. You're nothing but a little girl without your wet. Oh! Mystic Maya didn't do anything wrong, but you were so mean. I'll never forgive you.
Wow, it looks like Pearls' words are getting under her skin.
Ow! Why are you whipping me? I didn't even say anything! You didn't have to. The smile on your lips gave you away.
Anyway... Ow. Pearls, weren't you with Maya?
I'm sorry.
What are you talking about, Pearls?
I...
Hey, wait, Pearls!
Just ran off.
Ow!
That was cruel, Phoenix Wright. To make a little girl cry like that is inexcusable.
Oh, what was that all about? Pearl's acting like that. It's giving me the creeps. I guess I better take another look around since I finally got a chance. Especially since something about this place seems different from 2 days ago.
Something about this place seems different, you say? Yeah, she's not allowed to whip the 8-year-old. Or 9-year-old in this game now. She has aged. She's still not allowed to hit children. I'd say we are well within the time frame, in-game timeline-wise right now, where the year is, like, so far that I think people have already had their arguments over you shouldn't slap your kids on the behinds to discipline them, you shouldn't whip them to discipline them or do anything like that. We're not allowed to discipline in the olden ways now because it can traumatize kids. Here we are then. Right, what are we looking for? I think I'm looking for this first. So let's go for it.
Phoenix Wright!
What? Can we just stop calling me by my full name like that?
Was this once a prosperous port?
A port?
Yes! That metal hook is a mooring post for boats, you know.
Oh, that. That's an anchor for one of the wires that is used to hold up the bridge. I think the wire that was tied to this one probably snapped when the bridge burnt down.
I mean, there's no way there was ever a portal way up here.
Don't get smart with me, Phoenix Wright!
But I didn't say anything! God. Well, you can see Dusky Bridge from here. It's an unusually long bridge, isn't it?
I would say it's about 20 yards.
I guess the gorge is too wide to cross with a piece of rope or wire, huh?
Therefore, no one has crossed the gorge in either direction since the night of the murder. A simple yet sound deduction, wouldn't you say, Phoenix Wright?
Yeah, you're allowed to have that one, I guess. Look at all the Buddha statues lined up along this path.
Phoenix Wright, do you think this is how many siblings the head nun has?
Huh, why don't you ask her the next time you see her?
Oh, you know what? I think I will.
And she'll probably slap you for prying into our private affairs.
I'd love to see that whipping fight happen. I bet Bikini is such a tough cookie she's secretly a black belt in Larate or something. Karate, Larate. Yeah.
There's a weird smell coming from that incinerator. The door is also open, almost like it's begging me to look inside.
Well, well, let's see what stunning clue is concealed in here, shall we? Huh? It's empty.
How naive of you, Phoenix Wright!
But it's a bit strange, don't you think? Francisco von Carmel?
I seem to remember... There was snow in this incinerator the first time I saw it. In other words, someone's been using it to burn something recently.
Listen, Phoenix Wright. It's impertinent to call people by their full name.
I was only copying you. Miss Impertinent over here, Miss Francisco von Impertinent. Alright, slide to the left. We only get the sign, we only get that, and we get the open door, which I assume that's how we get in. Let's go this way around.
This must be the door that leads to the inner temple, where Maya Fey was training on the night of the murder.
Yeah, there's a solitary room there called the training hall.
You could do with some training yourself, Phoenix Wright.
Ow!
You're completely out of shape.
I don't know how much more of this woman I could take.
Too much. He's giving me too much. The sign says Inner Temple.
I don't know how you're reading it, but it's incomprehensible to me.
Actually, I can't read it either.
Feigning comprehension isn't a very good habit to have, Phoenix Wright.
She looks really happy to have finally caught me on something.
And by the way, I'm allowed to look at the English map that they have right at the entrance to this place. Come on! Not that hard. There's a little gate that leads into the garden. It says no entry in the sign, though.
Come now, Phoenix Wright. What are you doing? Let's go in. It's half open anyway. What harm could come of it?
But it says no entry.
That sign can't stop me because I can't read it. Don't you Americans enjoy doing whatever you like and then simply say, whatever?
That has got nothing to do with anything.
And who told you that?
What weird kind of import shows have you been watching? Right, where can we go? We can... Not court record there, we can go back. Can we move further into training hall? Yeah, we can move back into here. Okay, let's go. February the 9th, Inner Temple, Training Hall.
What's wrong? Why are you so quiet?
Maya. She was supposed to be in here training.
Yet it appears she's nowhere to be seen.
Well, what's that? That strange lock. It wasn't there 2 days ago. This whole room is really giving off some strange vibes.
In fact, a lot of things here are giving quite a weird amount of vibes. Okay. Let's look about then. It's an antique dresser.
Don't you dare open it, Phoenix Wright!
Now I know how Maya feels when I tell her not to touch things.
What a pity. It's full of nothing but old clothes for the acolytes.
I thought you weren't opening it. I thought we weren't opening it.
I'm from the prosecutor's office. I can do anything.
Yeah, you can do anything except stand up to a 9-year-old girl.
Yes, Phoenix, make sure to say that in your thought speak so you don't get pinged on that one. Look at those wafer-thin mattresses.
I'm sorry, Phoenix Wright. Wafer thin?
Yeah, you know, thin like a wafer. In other words, uncomfortable. That's how we describe things like these mattresses. I guess you must say wafer thick or something back in Germany.
Not about these mattresses, certainly not.
And finally, a wafer-thin mattress. Oh, it's only a wafer-thin. I couldn't sleep on anything else. I'm absolutely comfortable. Bugger off. Dear me. We'll go to the oddly slight clock looking thing first. But what happened to the wall scroll?
What do you think this yellowish poster is, Phoenix Wright?
It's a scroll, not a poster. It's a picture of a woman who's actually...
A woman? I don't see any woman here.
There's a different atmosphere in this room since the last time I was here. No, it's not a different atmosphere, it's a different smell!
It's gravy!
What's the matter?
This scroll, it's been completely covered in gravy!
Ah, yes. There is a very appetizing smell in the air. But gravy is a type of sauce.
Ebak, I have no idea if you're still watching this right now, but I don't think Scarf has seen this line. Should we give him this line for the utter just kicks of it? Should we give him this line for kicks? I feel like we should give him this line for kicks. And let him go into a frenzy over it. Oh, that's funny. Oh my god. There's a brilliant moment involving one of my friends doing some other gaming session years ago where he goes on a full-blown like 5-minute or so rant, consistently refuting that he believes that gravy is not a sauce, yet he can't really put the finger on what it even is. Oh god.
So when you run out of paint, you Americans use gravy as a substitute, I see.
No, no one does that. For starters, it stinks.
And this must be the gravy we had with the roast on the night of the incident. But why would anyone do this? And why this scroll?
The hanging scroll updated. Misty Faye's image is now obscured by gravy. Is now obscured by gravy sauce. And we can continue to have a look at it, apparently.
This scroll shows a picture of Misty Faye, master of the Korine channeling technique. But why would anyone cover it in gravy?
I can't make out what's drawn in this scroll at all. I'll never understand you Americans and your so-called artists.
Artists? Yeah.
Yeah, we got some weird folk like that, I'll tell you that much. I'll give you that one. Huh. This door. When I was here 2 days ago, this weird lock wasn't on it.
Those chains! It's almost as if they're guarding something inside that cavern. I've never seen locked quite like this before.
I have. I've seen locks and chains just like this before. They look just like the ones that guard a person's secrets during a cyclock. I wonder if this lock is guarding something too. Dark secrets in a dark cavern?
What took you so long? Oh! I thought even you'd manage to get here faster than this, Mr. Trite. Prosecutor Godot? I didn't know you were here!
Prosecutor?
How come you didn't show up at the trial today? Huh. I could ask you the exact same question. Huh? But I had a cold, so I kinda still do. You might want to take your 2 steps and 2 meters of social distancing. It's something slightly more important than a common cold to deal with. The importance of which is something you have no hope of ever understanding.
Enough! I believe I have the measure of you. You are the very worst kind of prosecutor. What could be more important than a trial?
Who's the wild mare, Trite? This is Miss Von Karma. She was the acting prosecutor in your absence today. Huh. Well, I guess I owe you one then. But you can go now, princess. It's time for the big boys to take the reins.
Just who do you think you are? This case is mine!
Hey, Philly. Know your role and shut your mouth. Can't stand women like you. Oh, male chauvinist Godot! Oh my god. I'm only gonna say this once, lady from Whippingburg. Go home.
Phoenix Wright! What are you hitting me for?
You deserve more cracks of the whip than that, Trite.
What?
You still don't get it, do you? You don't realize that you set something in motion that you'll never be able to undo.
There's something different about Godot today. I'm getting such a strong sense of something from behind that mask of his. Is it anger? Or is it sorrow?
Is Phoenix empathing all of a sudden? Oh my god! I reckon with Godot's sudden drop into our investigations here, once again coming in to take everything over, that is gonna be where we call it, I reckon. Better place than any, I would say. And we will come back to discover why Godot is firmly back in our midst when we return to play this next time out. But while we have his utterly sultry and slick music theme playing here, this is a perfect outro for us to say a nice chill thank you to every one of you who joined us in our video today, whether in Twitch land or YouTube land. Don't worry in Twitch land if you've missed anything at all. We will have a VOD ready for you over on our Laura Petal VOD YouTube channel. You can watch all of this back without any interruptions and breaks and enjoy it all if you've missed anything, or if you simply want to watch it all back again from joining me from the beginning. You can do that all, and it will be lovely to have you on the YouTube side of things. And if you are on the YouTube side of things and have enjoyed this video, bless you and thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed it, of course, do let me know the usual ways. You can like and comment down below, you can subscribe to the channel, and you can click the bell as well to get notified when we do future uploads of this series as part of our playthrough of the entire Ace Attorney chronology, as well as all the other things that we're getting up to right now. And make sure to see the links in the description as well. But you see, down there, we've got descriptions, and we've got links to all of our social feeds. We got links to our Discord server down there. We got links to the Twitch side of things too. You can come along and see these streams done live, usually every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. We would, of course, love to have you. So with that said, as the sultry sax plays us out, what next in this twisty-turny bout of investigation-y? This is something that Phoenix does not really need right now while he's still suffering from a cold. But yes, why is there gravy on a wall scroll? What has happened to Maya at the end of all this? And who is the flaming girl in the drawing? All of these and more we may get closer to answering when we come back for our next episode of this playthrough. I hope you will join us next time, whenever and wherever that is. But until then, if this video has made your day better in any way, shape, or form, I want to thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I get the chance to do this again for you sometime later on down the line, whether it be in another video, whether it be in a stream, or whether it be just from any other chance encounter. I hope you take care until then, and please stay and stay awesome with whatever plans you have coming up. Feel free to look at more of my videos and more of my playlists on the channel. But, of course, you can do that as you please. I want to see you do well and take care of yourselves until next time. And again, thank you so much for watching. It has been fun to do, and I love and appreciate you all. I'll see you in the next episode of whatever that is and wherever that will be. So yeah, until next time in our trials and tribulations, I'll see you next time. Bye!